for this Indiana bunch. Whitcomb.
Oh, what a pass.
Oh, my goodness. Mitchell blows right by Mackin's position, but instead it's AT grabbing that rebound.
Oh, nice pass.
Good hands by Copper. What off a 22-point performance in that victory over New York the other night. A dominating victory for the Mercury.
Oh, Boston sets a mean screen right there.
Boy, I guess. And pull hawked by Sabali. Tough stick for Holt.
Hit in the eye.
Bonner. Big three ball. Phil Powers now in. Another late addition with the 7-day contracts. Rimming out.
Really looking for their rotations, tightening things up, getting ready for the playoffs. So you're only going to see 7-8 players from each team.
Mitchell keeps that ball alive, dumping it inside. Well executed. Got to put it up. Oh, wide open.
Sims all over Whitcomb. No foul there. A lot of contact.
Look at this matchup. Boston and AT. Strength on strength. What a pass by Powers inside by AT.
Pick her up in that front court. Slow her down.
She is explosive. And if you... Copper stepping to her right and drilling the three. A dominating victory for the Mercury.
Oh, Boston sets a mean screen.
Wow.
Mercury ball.
What a feed. What a feed from... Pull hawked by Sabali. Hull sporting 2 black eyes suffered. Copper off the pick. And good defense by AT. It's time. Turnover. Indiana along with Kat Westfeld.
By not only Caitlin Clark, but nice pass.
Record for Indiana. There's the double T.
Hot from threes.
Turner checking in for Indiana as well. My goodness! Oh.
The stage was set in electrifying fashion as the Indiana Fever clashed with the Phoenix Mercury on September 2, 2025 in a game that carried not only the weight of 2 proud franchises, but also the intensity of a late-season battle where every possession mattered and every star had to shine brightly under the pressure of expectations and the roar of fans filling the arena. This was not just a basketball game, it was a showcase of resilience, strategy, athletic brilliance, and the raw emotions that make the WNBA such a special league. From the opening tip, there was an unmistakable energy in the building as the Fever entered determined to solidify their position in the standings, while the Mercury arrived with a mission to remind the world of their legacy and fight. The first quarter began with a fast pace as Indiana looked to establish its offensive rhythm quickly, with Caitlin Clark orchestrating the offense with her trademark vision and long-range shooting threat. She wasted little time. Pulling up from deep beyond the arc to test Phoenix's defense, and though the shot rimmed out, the crowd felt that sense of anticipation that every time the ball left her hand something special might happen. On the other side, Diana Taurasi, the veteran leader of the Mercury, showed that age has not diminished her competitive fire as she attacked the lane with confidence, drawing early fouls and setting a tone that Phoenix was not going to back down. The Fever, however, answered with our Boston. Commanding the paint using her strength to secure rebounds and finish through contact, she scored the first field goal for Indiana with a powerful post move that immediately forced Phoenix to adjust defensively. The Mercury responded with Brittany Griner establishing her presence inside, blocking shots, altering attempts, and then sealing her defender for easy buckets at the rim. It was a back-and-forth exchange where both teams tried to dictate tempo. Indiana pushed the ball in transition while Phoenix relied on half-court execution and veteran savvy. As the minutes ticked away in the first quarter, Clark finally connected on a deep three that sent the crowd into a frenzy and energized her teammates. The Fever defense also picked up intensity as Kelsey Mitchell applied relentless pressure on the perimeter, forcing turnovers that turned into fast break opportunities. But Phoenix countered with Sophie Cunningham hitting timely shots from the corner, keeping the Mercury close. By the midway point of the quarter, the score was tight, neither side able to create separation. Clark dazzled with no-look passes, threading the needle to Boston and Annalisa Smith, who converted around the rim. Yet Taurasi answered with her signature step-back jumper, a shot that still draws gasps from fans given her legendary career. The closing minutes of the quarter saw the Fever gain a slight edge thanks to defensive stops and transition baskets. Grace Berger came off the bench, providing energy and hustle. Plays diving for loose balls and keeping possessions alive. Indiana closed the quarter ahead, but Phoenix remained within striking distance, showing resilience and poise. The first quarter ended with Indiana leading 26-22, but the feeling in the building was that this was only the beginning of a night filled with drama, momentum swings, and highlight reel plays. Moving into the second quarter, both coaches emphasized adjustments. Lynn Dunn for the Fever, urging her players to keep pushing the tempo, while Nate Tibbetts for the Mercury stressed ball movement and patience. Phoenix opened the frame with Griner asserting dominance inside as she blocked another shot, then sprinted down the court to finish a lob from Suggs Sutton, igniting the Mercury bench. Indiana responded immediately with Clark weaving through defenders before dishing to Mitchell, who knocked down a mid-range jumper. The game's intensity elevated as bodies hit the floor for loose balls and referees had to keep control of the physicality. Boston continued to be a force inside, scoring on back-to-back possessions, one on a putback and another on a smooth turnaround jumper over Griner. Phoenix, however, stayed right there as Taurasi hit consecutive threes, reminding everyone of her clutch shooting and ability to silence a crowd with a single release. The Fever called timeout to settle and regroup with their lead cut to just one. Coming out of the timeout, Clark took command, orchestrating the offense with patience, probing the defense before attacking at the right moment. She drew a foul on a drive, converting both free throws, and then followed it up with a pull-up jumper. Mitchell added a three-pointer as Indiana stretched the lead back to 6. But Phoenix's bench stepped up with Mariah Jefferson pushing pace, hitting a floater, and then setting up Cunningham for a transition 3. The Mercury's depth kept them in the contest while Indiana leaned heavily on its starting core. Midway through the quarter, the score was knotted at 38 each, the game evolving into a chess match with every possession carrying weight. Defensively, Indiana switched schemes, throwing double teams at Griner, forcing Phoenix to rely on perimeter shots. Yet the Mercury found ways to respond as Taurasi hit another contested jumper while Cunningham's hustle created second-chance points. The Fever refused to back down as Clark nailed a logo 3, electrifying the crowd once more and forcing Phoenix to adjust defensively by picking her up. Far beyond the arc, Boston continued to dominate the paint, grabbing rebound after rebound, converting tough finishes, and showing why she is one of the most impactful bigs in the league. As halftime approached, both teams exchanged baskets in dramatic fashion, Mitchell slashing through the lane for a layup, Griner answering with a hook shot, Jefferson drilling a mid-range jumper, Clark responding with a dazzling assist to Smith. The intensity was palpable, the fans on their feet as the last minute of the half unfolded. Taurasi drew a foul and calmly sank 2 free throws while Clark answered immediately with a crossover into a step-back 3 that had the crowd roaring. The halftime buzzer sounded with Indiana holding a narrow 52-49 lead, and both teams heading to the locker room knowing adjustments would be key for the second half, which promised even more fireworks, passion and drama in this unforgettable showdown.